Hello, everybody. Love the early birds.
Hi.
It's a Pokrush. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Correct me if I'm wrong. How to pronounce your name? I also see Betty. Welcome, welcome. Super excited to have you guys.
Good evening, Betty Mac.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Betty.
Hi.
Thank you. Hi. How was your Tuesday?
Excellent.
So are you here? Are you in the hospital or like where are you?
No, I'm in her apartment now. She
Okay.
was outpatient, but yeah, she lives in DC. So out her window, it's like she's on the penthouse of her apartment and it's all windows. I can see the Capitol from here,
So
from where I'm sitting. Yeah,
it looks
it's
really nice outside. I can see
yeah.
the ground.
Yep. It's just dark because it's
Actually, it's
the
not
way
too
that
bad. I mean, like the lighting's good. Yeah.
good.
Like,
Thank you. Yep. It's almost 9 o'clock.
yeah, it's late for you.
It's okay. I do not mind. I'm not going to sleep.
What time do you go to sleep usually?
Never. I'm on Instagram responding to questions and comments about the drops.
Oh my gosh.
No, you know what? I've always been a morning person and also I stay up late. So sleep hygiene just recently became very important to me. So I try to get 7 hours, but like I might go to bed at like midnight and wake up at like 6:30 when I'm here, on the East Coast. So yeah, my life's crazy.
How many followers do you have now?
How many what?
How many followers do you have on Instagram now?
15,000.
That is
So
incredible.
crazy. And that one video is at 740,000 views. And I'm like, what is happening? Like the first one that went is only at is like in the 300,000s. But that second one popped and it was like 700 something. So like, I can't believe that many people are watching my stupid video.
And it goes like, it like kind of goes in waves. Like sometimes it like stops growing and then it comes back all of a sudden. Like,
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just cool.
Yeah. More people see it.
Hi, Gloria. Good seeing you.
Hello. Welcome.
Hi, hi. Let us know if you can hear us okay. Awesome to see you, early birds. Let me just double check.
If I do it from my phone, I should be able to share. Let me see. Sorry. I know we talked about this.
No worries. Yeah, just let me know. I might have to make you a co-host on your other device if you sign me in with another device. Gloria, are you in San Diego too? I don't know if you can hear us. You're muted right now, but I see your lips moving.
No, I'm not. I'm in Riverside County.
Oh, Riverside. Okay.
Yes.
Hi, Dr. Lorette. Good seeing you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Glad to be here this evening. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. Hello, Trey. Dr. Lorette, I was following one of the praise moves videos yesterday. So good. So good. I love how I only got to like the prep portion, but I was like, my body's not aligned at all.
Oh, yeah, it's great doing that correct body alignment and then the scripture that goes with it. That's why we love to say transform your workouts into worship with praise moves. That's wonderful. And little Jaden Jedediah is hearing the word of God from his own mommy's mouth, which is really pretty cool.
Hi, Maria. Good seeing you. How's it going? Let me make you guys co-hosts really quick. And then we will get started soon. Okay, Maria, let me know if you can hear me. Should I
can
say
hear you.
something? Yeah, okay, awesome.
Maria, I like your hair.
Oh God, it's crazy hair. Thank you.
Cute.
Is your hair naturally curly?
It is. And
Oh.
I get it straightened, and I'm getting it straightened in a couple of weeks. This is like where it's time to get it straightened.
I love
No.
I don't like it like this.
It's giving Madonna from like Suddenly Susan or whatever it was. And
It's
like
a long
the
time
eight-
ago. Yeah.
I get that.
It's not my favorite, but it's too much to blow out and do everything when it's this like this.
All don't like
You
our-
should know, Pia.
I know, but I like it. It looks good. It looks
Thank you.
good.
Thank
Hello,
you.
everybody. I see Coach Pam. Hi, Monica. Hello, James.
Hi.
Hi, Lori. Hi, Estera. Deborah. Honam.
Hey.
Hey, Roxy. Hello. Good seeing you guys. Welcome to Fast Start. Thank you for joining. Let me go live really quick so we can have the training for our replayers. One sec. Press a couple buttons. Connecting the video. Awesome. Okay, I think we should be live. Just spotlight. All right, I think we are live. Hi, everybody. Give me a wave if you can see me, or a 5 in the chat. I'm so happy to see everybody. So Tuesdays or Wednesday, if you're in Australia, is our Fast Start Q&A. And this is honestly, I believe, the most important training when it comes to mastering the fundamentals. Now, we say Academy is the most important training to keep you going, but Tuesday Fast Start is literally where you get your, hands dirty and you're mastering the basics. And I always liken it like, have you guys ever put in the chat if you ever played any sort of like sports, like, where you like a tennis player, a volleyball player, or a football player, and put in the chat what type of sport you played? Because I remember I was never a very athletic person, but I remember I was in band, so I would watch all these people practice. No sports for me, Pam. I know, no sports for me. I was in band, I was like nerdy, and I saw all these football players all the time, right? Because we would perform for them. And I literally would remember like seeing them just like drill with the same movement over and over and over again. And that's what we mean by mastering the fundamentals, because the business is not difficult. It's not a 300-page textbook that you have to master. It's not a 5-hour board exam that you have to take if you're like, a medical professional. Like, it's none of that. It's actually super simple. However, there are things in it that would literally, if you master it, you can literally do it in your sleep. Like, you can literally do it on the back of your hand and it becomes second nature. And that's what's so important, because what this business allows us to do is it allows us to duplicate, and it grows exponentially, right? So when it comes to practicing the fundamentals, and sometimes it's not the most fun part, right? It's not like, oh, I'm learning a brand new skill, or I'm doing something fancy. And sometimes it might be a little bit of like mundane, right? But one of the things that I learned early on in my business, that I've been in this industry for 15 years, I remember that my mentor always said, the successful people, they're not any special than any of us. The people that are making more money in this business are literally just doing the ordinary things extraordinarily well. Doing ordinary things extraordinarily well. And I really want us to start thinking about that, right? What is something that I know it's something that should be a part of my DMO, but maybe I'm not doing because it's kind of boring. Like, it's not fun, right? So, but once you actually master the basics, what happens is, like I mentioned, it literally is like when you're brushing your teeth, or when you're driving from home to work, and you don't really think about it anymore because it becomes second nature, right? And when that happens, the business, it becomes really, really simple. In the beginning, it might be like, oh, it's second nature yet. Like, I have to really think about it. I have to remember where things are, but once you master it, it becomes a lot simpler. And what that does is when you have a growing team that are all doing the simple things extraordinarily well, that's when you see massive duplication. And that's why we're in this business, and we're so like personally, I have not found anything else out there that literally has as huge of a potential for the average person. Like you literally can have, you know, a full-time job and 3 kids, and you can be super busy and you can still make this business happen, because the things we do here is really not hard. It's really simple, but it does take repetition. It does take, you know, constant reminder. So every Tuesday we come together, and we really want this platform to be open for you. So if you have any questions, right, anything that is stumbling block for you, where you feel like this is really stopping me from getting to the next level, bring your questions here, right? Put it in the chat. We have a lot of people on the line that can help you answer as well. But you can also, one thing I really want you to take notes on is, like, what is something that you're not doing, right? Because some of you have come to Fast Start for weeks, right? You're like, you know, I'm always here, I'm always in training. And one thing that I hear a lot from people that are doing well is there's always something to learn. Like because they're here literally seeking the golden nuggets. They're literally looking for things that maybe they're not doing in their business, right? So yes, this training is for brand new people that, you know, maybe just, you know, lost and like need some direction, but it's also for people that have gone through the launch week, but maybe are missing some of the details, and that's why they're not, you know, you're not getting the results. But it's also for leaders, like people that are like, you know, I'm already doing all this. But when you show up and you make it into your culture to pack it with your team and bring your newest people, this is literally the best way to be able to help your brand new people launch. Because instead of you getting on a phone with them and talking to them for 2 hours about everything, they're now listening from multiple people, learning from different voices. You know, it's kind of like a mom telling their kids what to do. They might not hear it, but if they hear it from a third party, they might take it in a little bit more, right? So we're super excited today because we have an exciting lineup. Some of our best trainers and rock stars that are, you know, really crushing it in this business. And we're going to have them actually share and do most of the talking, so you can really learn from what everybody is doing. Like, what are they doing that maybe I can apply to my business today, okay? So the first person I want to bring up is actually someone that we just met recently. Like, so this person has not been involved in the business for too long, but she has accomplished 10 and 2 multiple times, 3 times already. And she just got promoted. She got promoted like 5 times in this business in like a month, right? So, and it's really exciting because you can see the different types of people with different types of backgrounds that are really winning in this business. And I would love for Dr. Lorette to be able to share what she's doing with you all, so then you can take notes on, you know, some of the things that she's doing. Hi, Dr. Lorette, how are you doing?
Wonderful, Becky. Thank you so much for inviting me.
You look so amazing all the time. And I would love for you to share with the audience, because not everybody knows your story. Outside of PartnerCo, what else are you doing? Like, what is, you know, life around Dr. Lorette outside of PartnerCo?
Well, originally, I'd been a professional actor, speaker, playwright, director, originally from New York City, known as the Woman of 101 Voices. Did the Betty Boop show off Broadway? I certainly did. Boop, boopy doop. So that's one of the voices that I do. But I did a lot of wacky stuff in my BC days, let me tell you. But anyway, now I live in northeastern Oklahoma, and I have 2 ministries. My doctorate is in theology, not a medical doctor, but in theology. We have Praise Moves Fitness Ministry, an international ministry where we have hundreds of instructors all over the world. And then also I have a weight loss ministry called Weight Loss Without Willpower. And it was so amazing that I've always struggled with weight. I mean, that's the Lord's sense of humor, right? So to find these drops has just been phenomenal for me to help me. I'm also a coach and cognitive behavioral therapist. So I do a lot of things, keeps me off the streets, I guess, but I love what I get to do. I really, really do. We live in northeastern Oklahoma in the Ozark foothills. Our home is on 40 acres. And for a kid from New York City, let me tell you what, it's wonderful being able to have some land, and you can live large online anywhere that you want to be. And that's why I so appreciate Partner Co. This business model, I've been doing network marketing part-time for over 25 years. I just enjoy it. I really do. I like marketing. When I found out that it was in the Bible, that really amazed me. It was Romans 11:13, I believe, where Paul said, I magnify my ministry. And other translations say, I publicize, I promote, I market my ministry. It's like, whoa, compel them to come in. No wonder I love, I like marketing. And so I love seeing people succeed. I love
Yeah.
encouraging people. And that's what is so beautiful about Partner Co., about this profession. And we've heard James, we've heard you say as well, Becky, you build the people build the business. You're building them up. So when I found a home here in Partner Co., and I'd been looking, I've been promoting health and wellness, like I said, for over 25 years. But what drew me here, the culture. And I've heard that in other places before, and it never rang true. And you know why? Because I didn't have a culture that resonated with me. I tried to bring my culture in, and we had it on like our own team, right? Different companies that I was with, but so much of the outside would bleed in to it. My upline, whatever, and we're trying like to hold everybody like a mama hen with the little chicks, and they're going out there and they're getting mud thrown at them and everything. And I came here, and I want to encourage our listeners with this, to be yourself is so important. Maybe you feel like, I feel like doing a Facebook Live about raising kids or brushing my dog or, something like that. What I began seeing was James's Christian leadership videos. And I'm watching this guy, and unashamedly, and being in ministry myself, that just drew me in. That's why I chose Partner Co. That's why I'm here today.
I love that. I love that. My question for you is, how do you find the time? Because you sound very busy. You have a lot going on. How do you find the time to do more things?
I would say it's the machine that's made the difference. And you have so many tools, so many resources that we can use. I paid over $4,000 several years ago to learn Facebook algorithms, running ads, doing all that, trying to promote network marketing. And actually paid more than that, several different. And as my father used to say, it went in one head and out the other. I didn't get it at all.
Yeah.
But the way that it is taught here in such a simple step-by-step, let us take you by the hand. Here are testimonies you can use. We've got 13 years of experience here behind us. We have Lindsay and Cindy who just come, $50 million in 5 years. They know the system. They know what they're doing. We can copy and paste, put our spin on it. Now I'm able to leverage in less time. My husband said to me just the other day, Becky, he said, Lorette, I so love how different you are in this company. He said, you're not stressed. He said, I could hear you sometimes in the office, because he's down at the living room. I'm in my office here. And he said, I could hear you groaning. And sometimes it was groaning in the spirit, right? I'm praying. And sometimes it was like, oh, how am I going to explain this? How am I going to schmooze this over? It was just difficult. But here, I feel so at home. I understand about culture now. You're drawn to the culture where you're supposed to be. And as a result of the system that you have put in place, I can do in a short amount of time what used to take me a very long amount of time.
Wow, that was powerful. How many of you that are listening can relate if you have experience in previous businesses that it's a grind? I mean, you do have to work hard, right? Don't get me wrong. You can't float your way to the top of the mountain. You do have to take time. But how many of you felt stuck where it's like you're just struggling and you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? And one of my favorite things that I've heard from Dr. Lorette is the system is making things more efficient, right? So you can do things that you love, right? Which is connecting with people, loving on others, serving others, right? Rather than doing the things that are like really just, not bringing in joy, right? And we always say this is a relationship business, but if you're spending so much time doing things that are not building relationships, like it takes it away from the fun part of this business, right? So I absolutely love that. Now, Dr. Lorette, you've been involved for like a little over a month, right, in the business, and you've done 10 and 2. For those of you who don't know, 10 and 2 is our strategy, right? So if you're not familiar with it, go to our Warrior Movement Facebook page. On the very top in the featured section, there's a post that explains how you can put $500 in your pocket ASAP and drive to 6 figures in 6 months if you're on that track. So 10 and 2 is getting 10 new customers and 2 brand partners within a 4-week period. Now, Dr. Lorette has been involved for a little over a month, and she's done 10 and 2 3 times and just got promoted to director, and her team is duplicating doing the same as well. So tell us, Dr. Lorette, how has that experience been? Like what made you just jump in and follow the system and follow that strategy? Because you have like 20 plus years of experience. You could have been like, oh, let me analyze this and see how things go and do it my way. But you just jumped in and followed the system, and you're crushing it. Share with us your mindset.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Becky. And I wish that I had not had a little bit of analysis paralysis when I started. And there was a bit of fear and trepidation. I started on June 1st, and I knew I had, 4 Fridays to hit ultimate, and also wanted to do the 10 and 2. Well, James, and you had asked me to share with you some of the stats, because I think this would be very helpful, especially for the new people and those maybe you're relaunching, right? To know that this system absolutely works. I joined June 1st, but I started reaching out on June 13th. I didn't secure my first customer till June 13th. So in other words, I wasted 12 days trying to figure it out first. I thought, well, let me, really understand this first. It doesn't work that way, guys. You just jump in, you just do it. So what pushed me was knowing that I had until the end of the month to hit 10 and 2. So here it's June 13th. It's like, okay, I better get, cracking here. Let me do something. So I hit 10 and 2 June 29th in 16 days. I hit the second 10 and 2 July 11th within 12 days. I hit the third 10 and 2 July 19th within 8 days. And then between June 20th and June 23rd, today, I have 3 new brand partners and 3 preferred customers, 6 to go, went director last period. So that's 3, 10 and 2 in 5.5 weeks. And what I wanted to share with you, and I was a little reticent at first, but James assured me you can talk about money when it's in a team environment. We're not trying to get, people to join us. Look at the bucks, but this is proof of concept, right? That this works. Leveraging the tools and systems. James asked me to share this from June 20th, my first paycheck, to July 18th. So in 1 month, I made $1,694.15. So close to $1,700 my first month. This is significant for proof of concept that 10 and 2 works. Remember, Becky said about if you do 10 and 2 in a month, you're going to make $500. So in other words, doing it 3 times in 5 weeks, earning $1,700, that's right on track. So you do it 3 times in that same period, you will earn 3 times as much and more when you have your team duplicating with you. The machine has been a major eye-opener to me. As I mentioned, I'd paid $4,000 to do something similar some years ago and learned nothing from it. This is so powerful how they take you hand by hand. The last thing I'll share is leverage the events. Tomorrow night, we have a great event with Dr. Jody and James looking at some of the products. Thursday, we have the owner of Partner Co. leverage these events. On Mondays now, we're doing Wellness 360. Here's what I did. And this brought in a lot of people. I did a color post, and I'll read it to you right here. A color post. I put it up yesterday. I said, it was for Monday night, right? I said, I'm interviewing 3 health professionals on how to balance your hormones to lose weight 2 to 3 times faster. Want the link? So how would you do that? You could say, I'm hearing from 3 health professionals, or I'm listening to, whatever it is. And when you put something in like to balance hormones and lose weight 2 to 3 times faster, want the link, people respond to it. So that has been very successful for me too. So use the systems, use the events, use the machine, use your upline, and duplicate by encouraging your team that they can absolutely do it. When you encourage them, you're adding courage and strength to their hearts. They will rise or fall to your belief in them. And I'm so grateful for you, Becky and James, because you believe in me and I could feel it. I'm grateful. I really am. Thank you.
For you. You are such a great example. And I hope everybody took notes, because what I'm taking notes on is the golden nuggets, right? Because she literally told you, right, how much she made doing 10 and 2 3 times. And so when you're wondering, how do I make $500 this month? That's how you do it. It's 10 and 2, right? And then how do you do 10 and 2? Actually, the next speaker is going to teach you. But what I love is Dr. Lorette mastered the launch system, and that's why she's able to now actually use the same pin post psychology that we teach you and be able to use it for other marketing strategies to invite for her own call, right? And that's what she was talking about, the Monday Wellness 360 Live, which is welcome to everybody. She hosts it with her team, but it's open to everybody, and we post them in Wellness 360 in our channels as well. So you can invite anybody. It's just another opportunity for exposure, right? So thank you so much, Dr. Lorette. Congratulations. I'm so excited to see your next promotion, and just seeing your team explode. It's super exciting. Thank you so much. All right. So who here wants to know how to get to 10 and 2? Drop a 10 and 2. I know a lot of you have done it, but for the new people, right? And so again, like I mentioned, right, the devil's in the details. Jim Rohn says 80%, a half a dozen things, that's 6 things, makes 80% of difference. So you just have to be really, really intentional and pay attention to the little details. So the next person I'm going to bring up to train you guys on this is none other than Dr. Pia Washington. You guys have seen her all over. She just got promoted to senior vice president. She's qualified for 10 and 2 10 times and almost 11 times since December. Okay, so she's not stopping, right? And she has an Instagram that's going viral. And one of the things, and you've heard her train before, but she's literally one of our best trainers, and you can tell she literally knows the system on the back of her hand. And so I'll pass it to you, Dr. Pia, and I'll help you share a screen. Just let me know which one to pull up.
Okay, we're going to start with my favorite part, getting people paid. So the community links, Wellness 360. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Becky, for that introduction and having me here. And it's so important, you guys, that when you get off to a fast start on your business. So again, whether you're brand new, you just signed up within the last couple of weeks, or you've been here and you're relaunching, success loves speed. So don't think of it as, oh, well, I've been around for a while and I haven't done anything. It doesn't matter. You're starting tonight, right? Today is the beginning. So we're super excited about sharing with you the simple little details that are going to help you to propel your business forward. And I always like to tell people, you guys, I've done this since December as a builder, but I didn't do it when I signed up. I didn't start out the gate as like, oh yeah, superstar, rock star. I did nothing. I signed up and I did nothing for like a long time. Thank God my best friend didn't give up on me. And she, kept encouraging me. And then she shared the products with me and I had a great success. And then I looked at the business. So the minute I looked at the business, the very first thing, we didn't have these fancy links, the very first thing that was a promotion, it was to be, in the room with the CIO, the Chief Impact Officer, Katie Holt Larson. And they said, we're starting this new system. And for the month of December, if you get 10 new customers and 2 brand partners, you qualify. Well, I got to be in the room. Like, put a 5 in the comments if you are the type of person that wants to be in the room. Like, you want to qualify for it. And so I don't know if it was so much as I thought about it like, oh, this is the system that's going to actually get me paid and make money, which it did. My money's from December through now, I have never not gotten a paycheck in Partner Code. We get paid every week because why? Life's too short to get paid once a month or twice a month. We get paid every week, right? Every Friday. And it's been on a positive trajectory ever since. And so since December, I've always had a paycheck, but I didn't realize when I was doing that I was literally they were tricking me, guys. They were tricking us into being successful. So how do you get to 10 and 2? The devil is in the details, but the first thing you got to do is you got to launch, and you got to launch right. And so what we're sharing on the screen is the Warrior Movement community links. So this particular link, and I'm sure, Becky, if you wouldn't mind putting it in the chat as well, is when you're a brand new brand partner. Now, I'm going to be very strict because my sponsor is on here, my best friend. She'll say, girl, don't send nobody those links. You better get on the phone with your new brand partners and you onboard them yourself. Now, the links are here for ease and the system and transparency and to walk you through. But you want to make sure that your brand partners that you bring into this business are off to the right start. So if you're new here today and somebody didn't do that for you, that's what I'm here. So let me just tell you the highlights, because it's always good for you guys to go through it and look at the videos after the fact. But yes, Maria's like, she sure does. Angie is like the master of onboarding. And a lot of this is based on how Angie onboards, but you got to make sure you walk your people through it. And so I say that the first 4 steps kind of are my favorite, because it's like, let's get you set up to get paid. We're in the business to make money and to change people's lives. Like, we are here to improve people's lives and to make money. So how do we do that? And the very first step one is to get plugged in, right? Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Or maybe you've heard the one where you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang around the most. That's why getting plugged in is the very first step, you guys, because we want to make sure you're getting plugged into all of our communication channels. And the very first one is going to be the Warrior Movement channel that is announcement. So this meeting here, all of our weekly meetings that Dr. Lorette just promoted, the Wednesday and the Thursday and the Monday, right? They're so important. And that's going to be your announcement channel. So you can get the latest and greatest of what's going on, usually within the next 24 hours. Okay. The second 2, I'm going to just touch on quickly, the Warrior Movement Facebook communities. So Warrior Movement community, you guys, that is for brand partners only. So everybody that's on this call should be a part of the Warrior Movement Facebook group. And then as you bring on new brand partners, make sure they're a part of the Warrior Movement group. And that is really, really important for announcements, for, events, promotions, things like that. The second one is the Wellness 360 community. And when I'm bringing on new brand partners, I basically tell them, this is your support community. This is where you're going to get the tips and the advice and all of the things. Like, I literally have this on my notes as one of my thing, like from the boards, right? And if you don't know what the boards are, I'll touch on that too. But I literally have like a clip that says, make sure you join our Wellness 360 Live as you're waiting on your drops to come. I want them to get in there so that you can get tips, advice, ask questions, and get instructions on how to get the best results from your drops. I'm so excited for your journey. That's what I say to everybody that is purchasing the drops. So I get them plugged in early on. So it's important to utilize that community, you guys. And there's tons of guides. You can tag them in the guides. You can show them where the recipes are, play around in there so you know what you have. I offer it as a benefit. like, this is another pro tip, right? You guys, like, it's, you know, people might say, oh, $150 for drops or 176. It's expensive. What do you get? Well, you get the two bottles of drops, which are amazing, right? A month's supply. You also get the approved food list and an instruction booklet, but you get this amazing wellness community with access to all of these tips and recipes and things to make you have the best success. So I make it a benefit of purchasing the drops. And then last but not least, this is one of the newer communication channels, you guys. This I utilize myself. It's not just for new people, but this is for the team support. And what does team support look like? So, you know, you've got the Wellness 360 with the client, but what team support looks like is for you guys to share your, you know, your launches. When you're launching, what you can do is you can go into your Facebook post, whether it's a pin post or a transformation post, and literally you click the share button. And once you do that, you can copy the link and you just paste the link in there. I think I did it the other day, Monday, for around 9 o'clock Eastern time for one of my newest brand partners who just started. You know, and you'll see that people are doing this. So you can either do it yourself or you can have your sponsor. But there's a ton of support. People ask questions. Elaine's beautiful picture, she was like, how does this look? And we were like, oh my God, that's fire. So, right. Or, you know, use the team support. Maybe you have questions about something with, you know, ordering, or you have questions about, you know, the drops, and you don't want to bother your upline, or you can't find them, or they're busy. Use the team support chat. Becky had another thing that she told me. I have tech issues, like they come to me for, I don't even know why. I have tech issues all the time, but that's okay. It's not stopping me. I don't make excuses. I make money. Hello. So the tech issues that I have, she said it's important that we bring those to the group too, because if it happens to more than one person, then they can make sure that they take it back to corporate. So it's very important, you guys, to utilize this Telegram community to ask questions and to be supportive of one another. So that's the other thing. If you're going to share a post, you make sure you're supporting the post. So I love that with our team here, because we are all really good about making sure that we share each other's, you know, when one person shares it, we make sure that we love on each other's posts. So that's super important. And one more thing that is a teaching tool, because again, the devil is in the details. A lot of times when you guys are brand new and you launch, you may not have made your Facebook profile public. And if you have made your Facebook profile public, what we're finding is you haven't made your comments public. So you can write this down, or maybe somebody can copy it down in the chat, but it's really like 3 simple steps, no matter what platform you're on with Facebook, whether you're on an Android, an iPhone, or computer. You go to your settings, go to settings and privacy. Are you going to log in? Oh, perfect. You want to go to your profile, and then you want to go to your settings. And you want to go to settings and privacy. And once you get there, you're going to check your followers and public content. Because what that's going to make sure is that not only are your posts public, but you want to make sure that we can comment, your comments are open, because the whole point of us loving on, we call it boosting. Some of you are new and you don't understand how the algorithm works. The importance of us, why we love on each other's posts, is because we want to make sure when you launch your business, think of this as your grand opening your wellness store. Like you're having your global virtual wellness, health and wellness franchise grand opening. And your first post is that grand opening. Well, you want everybody to come, right? And you want future customers, obviously, to come, but you also want everybody else to come and support you. You're going to tell your family, you're going to tell your friends, you're going to tell everybody that you're having your grand opening. And the more people that come to your grand opening, the more people that hear about it, the more other people Facebook will push that post out to your other family, friends, and people on the public Facebook community. So boosting that first post and getting comments and likes on it, it's really helpful for somebody to launch. Does that analogy make sense for everyone?
Tia, I have a question. Can you go back? This is Debbie. Can you go back to that page again? Because I think that's one of my issues. Go back to my page. I don't think I've made everything public. So can
Okay.
you go back? I go back to setting
Settings, and then
when it
find
says
settings and privacy.
who can
And-
follow me? Is I said I just have friends. Should I make that public?
Hold on. Let me see. I'm zooming in. Okay, so the settings and privacy, and then you want to go to followers and public content, right?
Who can
And so
follow
who
me?
can
Okay.
public, yes. And
Okay,
then you
that
wanna-
was friends. That was
Yes,
friends,
okay,
so I changed that to public, right?
perfect. And then who can comment on your public post? So if you go down two
I
more,
see it.
Becky,
I
you
see
see
it.
that? Okay, so
Yes.
you want to make that public as well, instead of friends of friends, who can comment on your public post? See
Okay.
how that works? And that's a real game changer, because you want
Yeah.
to make sure that everybody can see your post and comment on your posts, okay?
Okay,
That
and even
good?
the public profile information, everything should be public, right?
Well, I don't put my profile information public because they don't need to know where I work and all that stuff. But the
Okay.
two that we just spoke of are very important for you to be posting about the drops.
Thank you. That's a big help. Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay, so
show you-
now your stuff is public,
Yeah.
right?
Hear me?
Yes.
Can we show them how to turn, because some people don't want their personal posts to be public, right? So
right.
it does happen. So you can totally post your other content, like for example, with maybe your children, and you don't want it to be public, and that's completely fine. But the way for your launch post to make sure they're public is you have to make sure that there's a globe here, like right next to your post. And the way to change the setting is to click on the three dots and then
Mhm.
edit your audience, and then make sure that specific post is public. So that way everybody can see your before and after photos and your pin posts, right? So that's how you do it. And then the other thing that Dr. Pia was talking about in terms of sharing a link is you want to click on the share button and then click on copy link and then paste it in the Telegram chat. So that's how our like everybody in our chat room can just go to your link directly and be able to comment on your post. Because sometimes, there might be 3 Becky Zings, like, and you might not be able to find me because if we're not friends already, right? And there's a lot of people in our community that they're not friends with each other yet on Facebook. So that's how you can make sure that they can go to your post directly and they can support you with your launch post.
Perfect. So that's super important, guys, because you want to make sure that everybody can see the things you want them to see, and then protect the privacy, like you said, of your children, or if it's something that you don't want everyone else to see, you have the ability to change it back. Because I have a couple brand partners that are hesitant because they're like, I don't want to be public on Facebook. And I'm like, okay, well, you can make your stuff private stuff private. But if you want to make the most money, then the public option is going to be the best. So getting back to the 5 steps, I'm not going to go into the 2, 3, and 4 in detail, but I'm going to tell you it's really key, again, to get paid. You want to make sure you have your smart links set up ahead of time, or if you're bringing on a new brand partner, you walk them through setting up their smart links for the first time. You want to make sure that you get them the PartnerCo app downloaded. I love the PartnerCo app. I love going through and gamifying the little videos because you get lifestyle points and credits for that. And then also you want to make sure you set up your direct deposit. Help them do this because you're giving them the expectation. How many people understand that if we expect to make money and we have the intention of making money and building a huge virtual global franchise, then that's what we'll do, right? But if you don't ever set up your direct deposit and your banking information, how are you going to get your paychecks every week? Right. So we don't want people signing up for this business just to sign up. Like, we're not out here looking for just people to sign up in our business, right, and buy the product. We want you to build a successful, we want to lock arms with you and help you build a successful, huge business. And so having that expectation that, yes, I'm going to get paid and I have a way to do that because I set up my direct deposit. And then step 5 is going to be making your first post. We're not going to have time to get into that on today's Fast Start. But what I would recommend is, again, when you do your onboarding with your new people, you walk them through how to download Boards. Boards is an app that is fantastic, and it is the main piece of our system of growth that we use to promote our business. And all the times that I've done 10 and 2, I can count on one hand how many people I've asked to buy drops, because all I've done is post from the boards and post the photos and the transformations and the videos and everything. And then people come to me. So it is one of the best systems that you guys will ever experience in any type of business like this, because it's already done for you. It's to the day and the time. We post at 9 and 3. That's your minimum. Don't let your minimum be your maximum. You can post more. You want to post in your stories so everybody knows that your store is always open. So that's where the information is going to be about how to make your first post. And then the last thing that I'm going to touch on before I kick it back over to Becky is when you do your first post and you start your 7-day launch, there's something you'll hear us refer to as the engagement sandwich. How many put a 1 in the comments if you've heard the term engagement sandwich, right? So the engagement sandwich is a very important piece of what we're doing here, because it's going to, again, help the Facebook algorithm push your posts out more effectively and get more eyeballs on your post. We're getting more people in your store for your grand opening, right? And all of your posts, right? You want to make sure you get the most eyeballs on it. So what you're going to do is before 9 o'clock, some people can do it in 15 minutes. The first time you do it, it might take you longer until you get to the hang of it. But 30 to 20 minutes beforehand, if you're new, go into Facebook, and before you post, go and like and comment and engage with 10 people's posts. Now, this is very important. I love you all. Don't comment on my posts for your engagement sandwich. I'm already in the business, right? I'm probably going to see your stuff. You want to go look for other people, your friends, your family, prospects, right? You want to go look for people. Maybe you joined another Facebook group and you've added new friends. You want to go love on their posts and create community with them. The trick, the sweet spot is about four words, right? So instead of just saying happy birthday, somebody posts it's their daughter's birthday, happy birthday to your beautiful daughter. Or you can even ask a question, oh my gosh, happy birthday, how old is she? If they didn't put it in the thing, right? So you want to make sure you hit on that 10 people in their feed. You want to go like, you want to comment at least 4 words, 10 different people. Then you want to go up to stories, right, on your Facebook, and you're going to like and comment on 10 people's stories. Then once you're done with that part, you're going to go post your post. So say now it's 9 o'clock. You post your post for 9 o'clock, and immediately you go back and you do the same thing again for 10, hopefully new people. You've got enough people on your feed, hopefully, that you could do 10 new people and you engage, and you do the same exact thing in the feed and in the stories. So that's the sandwich. Your post is the meat, and the engagement of the 10 and 10 is the bread. Okay, it's very important, because it's going to say, Facebook is going to say, oh, Pia being social with Angie, and we want to show Angie more of her stuff, right? Because she's engaging on Angie's post, and vice versa. So this is how you're going to get more eyeballs on your post. Put a 1 in the comments if that makes sense, because this is very key. And I think the more people that understand how this works and combine this with the system of growth and the boards, and then also back that up with using the machine link, it's a no-brainer, you guys. This business works. And this is how I did 10 and 2 so many times. I literally follow the system step by step by step. And the launch is laid out for you each day. And I love this because it builds upon itself. The first time you're going to do your launch post, and you're going to pin it. And then you're going to do the 9 and 3 posts, right? And then you're always the engagement sandwich. And then you're going to start adding things, right? Adding stories, adding transformation stories, adding things like personal in between the 9 and 3. Because guess what? You don't want people to be like, have you been hacked? I've got that, right? Have you been hacked? You want to make sure you're still being yourself, right? So if you normally post affirmations or positive or Bible verses or workouts or whatever it is, your kids, your grandkids, keep doing that, your dogs, but also make sure you're putting the posts around that. So I love the way that our onboarding and the launch week is laid out, because every single day you're going to be building on it. You're going to be building on it. You're going to be putting your personal posts on there. And that is where the details are important, because I think it was Angela Ice, who said, you know, I had gone through this and I missed one little thing, right? It's just could be that one little thing that you tweak to get you to that 10 and 2, that 10 new customers and those 2 new brand partners that are going to get you to a minimum of $500 a month and help you to build a very successful business. Becky, I think I'm turning it back over to you.
Yeah, that was so amazing. How many of you got some golden nuggets? You're like, I wasn't doing that. I'm gonna now apply it to my business, right? So I love that. Thank you so much, Pia. And I think someone asked, how do I watch the replay? Great question. So all of our replays for training specifically is hosted on our Warrior Movement YouTube channel. And here's where you can find it. When you go to that initial link of onboarding, when you scroll down a little bit under important links and resources, there is our YouTube channels linked. Also in our announcement channel that Dr. Pia talked about, at the end of all our announcement, it will literally give you the link of our YouTube channel as well. And it's streamed in our Warrior Movement Facebook group. So, but with Facebook groups, sometimes there's so many posts, you might lose it, right? So the best way I would say just to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on that training. So that's how I would do it. Awesome, sounds good. Let me see if I missed any questions. Wendy, great question. Yes, if you didn't start off in the beginning, definitely go back. And I'll highly recommend to bookmark this link. So it's an onboarding link and you really just need to do it once, right? Because once you complete the 5 steps, you just do it once. But sometimes like when you're newer, maybe you were confused about some steps and maybe you do something, right? Or maybe you change your mind about something and you need to reset it up. So this is a really good opportunity to just revisit, because the more familiar you are with this 5 steps to success and also the 7-day launch plan, because remember, these are the fundamentals, right? The absolutely basics. The better you can help your growing team. Because keep in mind, in our business, you're constantly expanding your team. You're always going to have new people. The reason Dr. Pia is so good at it is because she didn't just do it once and forget about it. She did it and she kept training and she kept doing it and she kept training other people and she kept doing it. And that's why she's so good at it, because it becomes second nature. And that's why I was saying you can do it in your sleep, because you don't even need to prepare, because you already know where everything is, right? So it's going to constantly build that, and the more you master these fundamentals, the more it's like building a skyscraper, right? Like when you have a strong foundation, your building is not going to fall. But when you're building on sand and you don't have a strong foundation, it's going to fall, right? So these are super important, and that's why we talk about it literally every single week, because because again, the devil's in the details, right? So the last person I want to bring up is someone that just got promoted to senior director. You heard her on our Manager Monday call. And this is something that I think a lot of people don't realize is a lot of times we see people succeed and we think, oh, there must be something like crazy fancy that they're doing that I'm not familiar with, right? And when you hear Maria's story, she literally followed the system since the very beginning. I remember when she first got started back in October, she just like completely shut off the roof. Like she sold so many boxes of drops, like we lost count. Like she was literally just, like running with it. And all she was doing was just the fundamentals, right? Like why is the transformation post so important in the launch plan? Why is that we put it there? Because it works so well. Like it literally, if you do that now, adding onto the engagement sandwich, you'll be able to sell so many like products, right? But this last Monday, she talked about how she was able to actually now convert these customers into brand partners. And that's how she's able to rank advance to senior director. So let me find you, Maria. There you are. How are you doing? Can you hear me okay?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you for having me on tonight.
Of course. Yeah. So I would just love to have you share a little bit about like this transition. I know you mentioned it on Manager Monday, but I think a lot of people when they're newer, right? So, you know, if you go through the launch week, you're going to get customers, no problem, right? Like before and after picture, very attractive. People like love these products, like the results people are having, it's insane. But I think a lot of people have that question of, but how do I get a team? Like, how do I get other people to want to do this business with me, right? Because you can sell all day, but then you just a glorified salesperson. Like we have no leverage, right? The point of this business is so we can leverage other people's time, talent, and market as well. And that's how you can grow exponentially, right? So talk to us about like how you shifted that mindset and what happened and what you're doing to now.
Okay. It definitely took me a while because I feel like I was, like you said in the beginning, I was just selling box stuff. I mean, and I did. I sold a lot of boxes. I'm not complaining about that. It was,
money, so
yeah, no, it was wonderful. It was like I was going crazy. I started with 4-packs and then it 10 to it blew up. So it was great. But I did like get into that thing like, okay, I need the real, you know, business aspect of this is that we do want to build a team. We do want to have people underneath us to grow and thrive. And so little by little, I was just, again, starting to pay attention to the people that were building bigger teams and like, okay, what am I not doing? What am I missing? And so what I started doing, and I wish I would have started a while ago, but it's okay. I'm now, even if it's a person just buying the drops for the first time, is really asking them what their goal is. So, you know, if somebody needs to lose 5 pounds, okay, you can probably do that with 1 box of drops. But if you need to lose 20 pounds or 30 pounds and you want to say, okay, it's going to take you more than that 1 box of drops. It's probably going to take, you know, we say like the first month is great. Second month is even better. And that third month is like, oh my gosh, like here it goes. And you really want to just say, here's the thing. It's, if you want to, you know, I'm happy to sell them to you for $150 retail and make my portion of it. But I'd love to save you money. And if you're planning, you know, if you're going to do this long term, if you're planning to want to be on these drops, the better benefit for you is to upsell it to that 4-pack. Then you're getting the 4-pack. It goes down to $100 a box. But then if you want to sell some of those drops to friends that are starting to see you have results, then you can also start making money. And then I bring in that. This is one thing I love about this company is that you enroll $29.95 one time, done deal, and you're a partner for life. And you know, it's amazing. And that honestly, this got me promoted. I converted quite a few people this last month to brand partners, buying 4-packs. I had a lady buy not a 4-pack, but she bought the drops and the MOA and the Renew, you know, and I just started going from there. And it was funny because when I did it and like had 3 people going, yeah, okay. And I was like, okay, that wasn't hard. I should have done this a long time ago. So it was like, okay, now I know what I'm doing. So took a minute, but it's now working and it's exciting and I love it. And it really like we were saying earlier, this company gives us all the tools and the training to be successful and just keep doing keep posting and engaging and it'll happen. It will definitely happen.
I love that because you're really starting to think like a businesswoman, right? Because and you're also saving people money, right? Because, you know, our products have an 100% money back guarantee. So there really is literally nothing to lose, right?
Absolutely.
And what I also love is you start the conversation about them, right? Like how much weight do you want to lose? Because people will buy if they see the value, right? Like nobody's going to buy something that doesn't work. The reason people save money is because they're like, I want to lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 50 pounds or whatever, right? I want to feel better because you put that vision into their mind. And I love, you did that. Something I want to share with you guys is in our boards. And I can see because Maria's been, you know, so consistent in coming to training, she's like learning these concepts. So in our boards, there is a section called message scripts. And when you go into message scripts, we have a couple pipeline, right? Drops pipeline is when you're getting a customer, how do you get them from interested or potential customer to becoming a customer? Make money pipeline is how do you get them from a potential interested business partner to becoming a business partner and launching them. And something that I noticed Maria incorporated is if you remember, if you go back to our make money pipeline, there's actually a step that actually says when they say, I'm interested in making money. Okay, so remember, like when you show them the machine link, right? We ask them, right? Like we ask them the question, right? And then we share with them the machine link, right? And we ask them, when can you watch the video by? And remember, in our machine link, it has both the product and the business, right? And after they watch the video, we ask them, are you more drawn to the skinny drop results or the income earning potential? And if they say making money, okay, this is the question we ask at the end in our boards, and you can literally copy paste this, right? If this could get you everything you wanted from this business, what would that look like for you? And that reminded me of what Maria did is on the product side, you can do the exact same thing, right? What's your ideal goal? Like what's your dream weight, right? Like you have to get people to start thinking about the ultimate results, because then they're going to see the value and want to take the next step, right? So I love that you said that. And another
Very
thing
true.
that's really helpful, I think, is also in the drops pipeline is once they become a customer, right? You can do that a lot earlier. But if someone's like, I just want to be a customer for now, I want to try out the products, right? I don't want to commit to 4 boxes yet, right? And that's completely okay. I'm sure, Maria, you're not getting all yeses, right? Like
Correct.
I'm sure. So that's something to understand too. Not every single person you talk to are going to say yes,
Right.
but enough. And that's all you need, right? So, and I also love that you did that, because you just give them an opportunity to say no, right? And if they're like, I
Yep.
just want to be a customer, perfect, right? Get them as a customer, but you continue to support them. In the drops pipeline,
Absolutely.
we went over this last week. When they purchase the drops, we connect them to our group, right? We connect them to all of our resources here. When they purchase drops, week 1, we check in. You don't have to do week 1. You can do week, 5 days when they receive the drops. Like it's whatever cadence, right? And you just check in with them, right? And then you see how they're doing, right? The moment they have some sort of positive change, you congratulate them and you ask them, hey, there's a way to get your next box for at my cost, save you money, or even possible for free. Would you be interested? And this goes into what Maria said, is if they do say yes, and you can explain, you actually save $76 per box if you do it, right? So I love that, Maria. Any last minute tip that you want to give? Like what would you say to people that are kind of like getting over that mindset shift of like, I don't know if people want to do the business?
Oh my gosh. This has been seriously, for me, just a blessing. This company, these products have been a game changer for me and a lot of people that are my customers, my partners. And the beauty of this company is, I think we've said it before, is that you guys give us the tools, the training, the teamwork. It's all handed to us. It's not difficult. Yeah, do we need to work? Absolutely. Do we need to be doing what we're doing and are posting and are engaging and getting on the events and the meetings? Absolutely. That's all part of it. But I don't know if you probably not all know, I worked for Trader Joe's for years and my body's quite broken from that. And this has been like, I went out on disability and I hurt my knee really bad, and it kind of came in at the same time as this business did for me. And it's been just, like I said, it's been a blessing. The company's amazing. The products are amazing. It's not difficult to be doing this. It's easy, it's fun. And knowing that we're helping so many people get their lives back, even if you don't need to lose weight, these drops make you feel better. I mean, they give you energy, sleep, just so many positive things. I mean, I can't even say enough. And I've been in a lot of other direct sales companies before, and this has been the best by far. And I wouldn't just say that, because I wouldn't be here if it didn't mean as much as it does. So
Thank you so much, Maria, and congratulations on senior director. I know
thank you.
Stay there for long, right?
No, keep going. Keep going.
Officer. She's already awake. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that wisdom with us, and I hope you guys got something out of it. I saw a question in the chat. It's been hard for me to get a person to buy 1 box. This is my perspective. I think number 1 is it's a numbers game. Like you have to know that not every single person you talk to are going to say yes, but just because they say no doesn't mean it's no forever. And so the more you put in, the more you build the pipeline and you fill the pipeline on the very top, the more customers and brand partners are going to come at the end of the funnel, right? So don't get stuck on like the 10 people you're talking to, right? And that's why we focus on not necessarily on the results, but on the action, right? We focus on engaging with 10 new people every single day before your post and after every post. And then we constantly we'll focus on building relationships, and we're constantly focusing on, you know, even outreaching, right? 5 invitations a day, and being able to share the before and after testimonials and dripping on the content, right? Inviting people to these Wellness 360 live calls so they can get more exposure. You know, you heard from Dr. Pia, she joined like well over a year before she even started the business. Like she joined a business, but she didn't do anything. And there's also a lot of people that have gotten the product or have seen the products, but I think Lindsay said this on the other day on the call, right? Like she saw the skinny drops for 3 months and she would not budge, she wouldn't buy. But because we didn't just stop and focus on her, we kept going. We kept sharing stories, we kept helping other people that are willing at the moment. So it really is, you know, a mindset, right? The second tip I would give is if you feel like there's questions that you're stuck and you're not able to overcome with certain objections, feel free to link them up with anybody that you feel can help, right? So just say, hey, I know your goal is to lose 20 pounds. I know your goal is to, you know, feel great, you know, and I know like right now you're not ready to try the products yet, but is it okay if I link you up with my friend? Like, let's say James Laponzi, who lost 33 pounds in like 69 days, just so he can share some tips, because maybe that will help, right? Put them in a 3-way conversation, have a third-party validation, have them help you. And that's going to really, really help to kind of jumpstart when you're newer and not sure how to answer certain questions yet and don't have that type of conviction yet, you know, so hopefully that helps. And lastly, I want to just share with you guys, Dr. Lorette already mentioned this, that tomorrow night, Wednesday, we have our Wellness Wednesday live with Dr. Jody. This is going to be an amazing call. If you ever hear her speak, she is phenomenal. So she's going to be covering more of like the drops. And then on Thursday, we have an epic call with our one of our owner, John Wadsworth. So if you want people that are like, you know, that are really sold in this business, like why Partner Co? What is its culture all about? And why are we so unique in the industry? Bring them there as well. These posts are in Wellness 360 in the pin featured section. So feel free to tag your prospects or send this to them. And we're also going to be sharing that in our Telegram channel as well. But other than that, thank you all so much for being here. I hope you guys learned some. Thank you, Dr. Lorette. Thank you, Dr. Pia. And thank you, Maria. You guys are so amazing. We'll see you guys in the next day or two. Have a good evening or day, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Great.
Bye. Good night.
Have a good
Okay, great
evening.
training.
Thanks,
Good night,
ladies.
everybody.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Good
Thank you.
night. Thank
Hey,
you.
Good night.
Fun
for all the training. Good
thanks.
night.
Have a blessed night.
Everybody, love you guys. Good job, team.